What's up? I'm Shawn, aka RGT85, aka Editor-in-Chief of Nintendo Enthusiast, and we're here to answer some video game questions, so let's go! I'm in the process of making some really cool videos right now on RGT85, but I wanted to take some time out and talk with my friend and answer some video game related questions because I guess that's the kind of stuff I'm known for. So yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of questions we got here. My earliest gaming memory would have to be I was probably 3 or 4 years old, going over to my uncle's house, and he had just gotten an N.E.S. And that blew me away. I had never seen anything like that. He had an N.E.S. and Super Mario Brothers, of course, and just it was hypnotic almost. Like, it was really crazy just how, you know, everything looked and played, and that from that moment I was always interested in video games because it was just so crazy how, you know, it looked and how it played, and I hadn't seen anything like it before. I wasn't really, you know, used to video games, so right then and there, that was pretty much, you know, my defining entry into video games. When talking about my favorite game console, that's actually pretty tough because it kind of depends on what week you ask me. I kind of change from week to week. Some weeks it's like the N.E.S., some weeks it's the N64. Right now, currently, if you ask me today, I would say the Dreamcast. That's what I've been playing a lot of lately. Stuff like Dynamite Cop, Sonic Adventure. The Dreamcast was just so awesome because it was so advanced for its time. It was almost, you know, it was almost too advanced, if that makes sense, because of, you know, the fate of the system or whatever. And, you know, it had online play that was free. It had, you know, really good graphics that still hold up till today. Really great art style. Amazing games. You know, the sports games were just the jump from the PlayStation 1 and the N64 era to the Dreamcast era. It was like, holy crap. Like, and you know, games like Shenmue and whatnot, D2. There's so many awesome Dreamcast games. So right now, today, I would say the Dreamcast is probably my favorite system. As far as collecting goes, I'm probably a weird collector. I don't really focus on an actual system or systems or genres or types of games. I just buy games that I want, whether it's, you know, because I've been researching it, whether I need it for a video, whether it's something I had when I was a kid that I don't have anymore. I just buy games that, you know, pop into my head, or if I see them out, you know, if I'm out and about and I see a game and I want it, I just buy it, you know. I don't really collect for certain systems. Now, that's not to say that as far as collecting goes, I will go on kicks of a certain system. Like right now, I'm kind of on a Sega Saturn kick. I'm actively looking for Saturn stuff more so than normal. But as a whole, man, I collect anything. You know, anything, any sort of video game from, you know, 2600 to modern consoles. I do like to focus mostly on like N.E.S., Super N.E.S., N64, GameCube, Wii. You know, I like to keep it together, if that makes sense. Like in my collection, everything is kind of categorized by system and alphabetized by system and by chronological order. Handhelds, I don't really do many handhelds unless it's like DS or 3DS, because I don't like loose carts on stuff. I don't mind loose carts on like NES and, you know, Super NES, stuff like that. But handheld games, I need them in a box. I don't like loose discs either. I try to avoid those at all costs. So definitely, there's not really a method to my collecting, but I guess there kind of is. My favorite video game memory. That's a good question, actually. I was, for a little bit back in high school, like I kind of got away from video games because I was, you know, partying a lot and, you know, doing shit I wasn't supposed to do or whatever. But I remember I was probably 15 or 16. I think I was 16 because I had my license. And I was bummed because we had a really bad snowstorm in North Carolina and I couldn't go anywhere. And I had a PS2, and I didn't really play it that much. Like I wasn't playing games that much. And I had a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2 that I had bought for like $3 or $4 and just never played it. And since I was snowed in, I just sat there and played Metal Gear Solid 2 because, you know, I thought it was a cool game. And I had played the original Metal Gear Solid back when I was probably like 12 or 13, but I never played the sequel. And that game, I would say Metal Gear Solid 2 actually got me back into gaming because of the storytelling on it. Like, people hate Raiden or whatever, you know, what that character added to it, but like the whole, you know, government, Illuminati, New World Order, are you really a free thinker sort of mentality that game pushed, especially in the later stages of the game, that really opened up my eyes, like, not even from like a video game perspective, but from like a real world perspective. Like, I got into that kind of stuff. I got into the Illuminati and the New World Order, and, you know, how are politicians really, you know, how are presidents really elected and stuff like that because of the whole, you know, the whole story of that game. So Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty was probably one of the most influential games in my life. Brought me back into gaming, and yeah, that's a super important game to me. That's probably my favorite gaming memory. Do I like to collect games or play games or both? Both. I don't buy, when I buy a game, I automatically play it, period. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes or 5 hours, you know, to completion or whatever. Like, more than likely I've played the game before, unless it's like a new release, or something kind of obscure. But I definitely play everything I buy, whether it's just to test it, you know, see what the game is about, or if I want to research it, or if I actually just legit want to play it. Like Dynamite Cop, I had just recently bought that at Too Many Games in Philadelphia, and like that was a game I bought because I wanted to play it. And I played it for a couple hours the other night, and, you know, beat it a couple times. Such a good game. It's the sequel to Die Hard Arcade. But yeah, every game I buy, I do love to collect, but every game I buy, I play, period. Whether, like I said, whether it's just for a couple minutes or a couple hours, or if I beat it, you know, definitely gotta play. You gotta play what you buy. Like, what's the point? Like, that's why I don't buy, like, sealed stuff. Like, I have, like, one sealed game, maybe, because it was, like, $2, and I've never played it. I think I actually have it close by here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It is a DS game. Here it is. New Track and Field. By Konami on the DS. I bought this for like $2 off of Amazon Complete, and I never opened it, but that's literally my one sealed game, so definitely collect and play. Alright, now I guess I'm going to play some 1943, see how far I can get on just one life. I have not played this game in a little while, so who knows how this will go, but let's find out. Here is the game in question. Like I said, we're going to play it. I'm going to be using the Retron 5 because it's super easy, and I will be cheating and using a Super Nintendo controller because I like the D-pad better. Go to hell, Scott. Oh, that was close. I'm actually doing a little better than I thought I would be doing. Ah, man. 35,000 and change. 35,200. I don't think I beat Scott. Oh well.